Hello, welcome. Now, this week, episode 27, look at that, 27. This week on our party pleasers, very, very simple, very, very fun. Something I've wanted to do for a while, so let's get straight into it. We're doing a rack of lamb, just look at that. It's not the prettiest because I did some of the cutting myself. Some of the things are a little harder to get here. Trying to get a butcher here to understand Frenching the bone and all. A little hard, a little difficult, but to our board, we see what we need and we'll start. This week we need, for our rack of lamb, a small rack of lamb, ours is 8 bones, 500 grams of potatoes, 250 grams of butter. This you'll understand later. Sorry, Mum. Half an onion, gravy. We're going to make some cheese gravy. Some parsley and a quarter cup of olive oil. So what we're going to do now is make up our rub, if you want to call it. So we're going to mix a quarter cup of olive oil and parsley. Now everyone says, oh, it has to be, our lamb has to go with rosemary. Well, I like it with parsley. Trust me, it's very, very nice. Now, all we need, our little bowl and our olive oil. Parsley is actually quite hard to find. Strange as that may sound. It's just not something that's widely kept or widely used here. So we want just the leaves slowly and pick every single leaf off. We're not going to do that. We're just going to go in roughly and just we can shave it down. We're going to take these and just chop them down. We want these nice and fine. As fine as you can get them. Now, I do have my oven preheating. It's preheating to 150 degrees centigrade. Same like last time. Nice and low and slow. Now that should be fine enough. We're just going to take this into our bowl. Now we're going to take our oil and just say about a quarter of a cup. And into this we just add a wee bit of salt too, why not? And we want our brush. We don't want to get this oil in our hands. Definitely not. The oil will just help it to adhere. Just give it a good mix around. We will get our tray down. So everything's going to go into this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our lamb, we'll put it this way first, and all we're going to do is just gather that up and just, I remember the first time using lamb and parsley together, it was for one of my friends, he was leaving, we had a barbecue for him named Anwar. He's actually coming back here soon for a little bit, but he was giving up, no, it has to be with rosemary, it has to be. Like, dude, just try it this way. Tried it and everyone loved it. Definitely the way forward. So you can just see there, we're just getting a nice coating on it. We'll flip the meat over. Now make sure you get your edges too. That's important. Now I'm definitely being very generous with this. But again, it's a taste that I like. See, it's going on a low oven, so it's not going to burn the finished article. So, oven's been preheating to 150. We're going to stick it in here again. Temperature, always temperature. With this, we're going to aim for 140 Fahrenheit, which is about 60 degrees. Once it hits that internally, then we will pull it out, and then we're going to finish with a blowtorch because I like the blowtorch. Or you can finish it in the pan, or however you want. But for me today, blowtorch. So. In she goes, we'll check this in about 20 minutes, we'll come back to it. In the meantime, that means we can make our mash. Now, our mash, and we're going to do some onions as well. If you think about that, a little bit of mash, some nice lamb, nice pink lamb, gravy, and some fried onions. Ooh. So, first thing I want to get going is the mash. Kettle's already boiled. We'll peel the spuds and we're going to cut them up, and I'll show you how we cut them up. We do not chop them up very fine, so we're going to peel them first. Now I said 500 grams. That's what that looks like. It's only for me tonight. The lamb is for more people. If you want to scale this, it's say that per person. 8 bones, 3 per person. Depends on the size of the eye, you know. But we'll peel these and we'll back. Now here's your spuds. Very simply, all we're going to do is cut them up. Now you don't want to cut them too small. I'm cutting these about 2 centimeters each, and then we're going to cut them in half again. So about 2 cm down about that. So if you cut them too small, they will just break up when you start to boil them. And then you're going to make potato soup. Potatoes are going to go in. Then we'll add the water. And we just want to do these until they're tender. Now a big thing with these that I like when we're making mash is you let them steam off. That's how you'll get the best dry mash, so they can take all the flavour from any cream and any butter that you add to it. As always. Now here's our big onion. We're going to slice that down. We are of course always going to use Kerrygold because I love it. We'll let that soften as we get stuck into this. So just top and tail it. In half. I'll get a look. It's okay. Now these outer layers, that's part of preservation. That's how you actually keep onions. You let the top layer dry out. That's why you often have to peel off a layer or 2. If you look at the onion, you can see there the lines running down it. So we're going to cut across those lines. Cross. Nice thin as well. That's what we want. We want thin slices. So again, we're just going to go down. Again, keep our fingers back. And I'm just trying to cut these nice and fine. That's those ready. They're going to go in the pan. We're going to put some butter in it as well and get them going. So we're going to have a quick look and check. Just get a wee. Oh no, that's nowhere. That's going nowhere near it yet. That's coming up all right. Last thing we need to do is boil the kettle again. We need the kettle for gravy. Okay, our potatoes, they're soft, so we're going to let them pour off and then steam off. Like I said before, you want to get as much water out of them as possible. Obviously, they've just been boiling in water, so you want as much water out of them too. So they're going to sit back there. Now, when it comes to the point of us putting in so much butter into them, that's when we'll put it back on the heat. So we'll mash it, put the butter in, and then back on the heat, and then quickly just put it through our spatula, heat it up. Now we just quickly check our lamb, see how it's getting on. Yeah, you can see it's starting to come. 120. And here, 5-10 minutes over there. Now you can see there how much they've reduced down. They have really come down in size. And there you can actually see how dry the potatoes are. Now, when you look at the potatoes there, you can actually see how much drier they are. Apart from that one, that's on top. So, all I'm going to do with this now is take our fork and just get in here. Okay? Just go get in there with a fork and just mash it down. Now, this is supposed to be a recipe for Michelin mash. And like, it calls for a ratio of 2:1 for butter to potatoes. 2:1. So I have 500 grams of potatoes. That means 250 grams of butter has to go into this. That just seems like a lot. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start with half and we'll see how it goes. It seems like so much. So we got our butter. So good good Kerrygold. We'll start with half a tub. Because it just seems like so much butter. Even by my standards, I like butter. That seems like a lot. So what we're going to do now, we'll just let that sit in there with the potato and any of the residual heat. We'll just start to melt it a little bit. Once it comes time, once the lamb's ready, we lift it out, let it rest. Then we will put this back in the heat, mix it through our spatula, and reheat the onions. Gravy, I'll make it now, and then we're just done. For our gravy, all we're going to do is 2 cups of water and some powder. We'll start out, we'll put 2 spoonfuls of this stuff in. Now, really this lamb doesn't need gravy. La da 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 da. And all we'll do is just give that a wee. Alright, so we'll set that off to the side, let that go, clean down our board. And all we're doing now is waiting for the lamb. Once the lamb comes out, we're going to hit with a blowtorch. We've got to reheat the potatoes and the onions. And then we are there, we are golden. And this should be delicious. And I hope it's lovely and pink in the middle. I love pink lamb. Let's just taste this. So all we're going to do now is hit this with a blowtorch. Now we'll let this rest for a few minutes. We'll get the mash ready, get the onions ready, gravy's still piping hot. Let's put that over here, turn that off, give that a wee mixy mix. And of course we need our plate. So this is going, we'll just get this melting and then just slowly add back in our potato. Now there's our potatoes. Bigger onions. And now we slice. Hopefully these are lovely and pink in the middle. We'll go straight down the middle. We're just going to follow that bone. Yep, that's nice enough for me. So again, we'll just separate these. So not the biggest. So we shall put 1, 2, 3. There we have it. That's our lamb. Rack of lamb with mashed potatoes, Michelin mash as they're calling it, and onions and a bit of gravy. Now we used half the amount of butter. I would not recommend the full amount, not with these potatoes. Maybe a different kind, a floury potato or sort of a drier potato, yes. Even these potatoes, even after steaming dry, they had a bit of extra water. But again, however you want to cook your lamb, you can cook it pink, a bit browner, it's up to you. I like mine pink. With the onions, pepper, the potatoes, purely up to you. But you put that down on a board in front of everyone. Yeah, everyone's going home with a big smile. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye.